Sorry, I see
Hey
you. I hear you
everyone, Evan
a bit
Kirstel here.
cut, so the connection. Yes.
Hey everyone, Evan Kirstel here. Super excited to have this chat today regarding FYUZ, an event brought to you by the Telecom Infrastructure Project for leaders and players in the open disaggregated network solutions industry. Eugenia, you've been planning this event and it looks extraordinary. Maybe introduce yourself first and we'll then go around the horn here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Evan. Again, thank you so much for having Tip at your LinkedIn Live. We're very grateful. So, FYUZ, Eugenia Jordan. Eugenia Jordan is the CMO. I've been in the industry for 20 some years, and FYUZ is the most exciting project I ever worked on in my life. I joined last year, couple of months before the event. It was absolutely amazing. Networking, agenda, food, bringing all the community together of open and disaggregated leaders, hearing from our chairman Yago on stage, one of the most engaging keynotes available on our YouTube, and then Juan Carlos, our board member, sharing his insight, what Telefonica is doing in open and disaggregated. So all I'm going to say, FYUZ 2023 is going to be bigger and better.
Bigger and better. Well, that what can you say more than that? Yago, you're known in our industry as really a thought leader for next generation networks. But for those who don't know you, maybe introduce yourself. Of course, Vodafone needs no introduction, but your role at Vodafone.
Yes, so I support the network architecture team in Vodafone. I also have the honor to be the first fellow and the chairman of the technical career there. And outside of Vodafone, yes, I'm the chairman of the board in TIP. I've been working in the board for must be like 4 years, 5 years now, and it's really exciting. And yes, I agree with Eugene. I mean, FYUZ is. If I recollect from last year, I think by a long margin was the best event that I attended to. It was really good from many perspectives. So not only the keynotes and the content and is what you learn, is the people you meet, is the possibility of networking, and last but not least is the food as well.
The greatest food city in Europe, is it fair to say Madrid is that, or am I embellishing things?
Man, I'm biased.
Okay.
I would say is for sure is one of them. Is at the top. I don't know if it's top one. I don't want to open the controversy. I'm biased.
That would generate a lot of controversy. And Juan Carlos, what say you on the location, on the agenda, and the event that's coming up this year?
Well, really, when we closed the event last year, we said it was going to be difficult to do it better. Okay, because I think we all finished the event very happy, not just because of what we listen and the time we spend there, because the people you meet, everything you learn in this technology event, because we have plenty of time for many things. Okay, for announcements or on progress on the technology, but also for new innovative solutions that are coming, partners that are bringing a lot of new ideas, and then a lot of opportunities coming out of the event. So really a great place to be and to share your experience and your knowledge with other colleagues.
Yeah, the networking side is so important as we come back together and back to events and to the offices around the world. And Eugenia, start talking about TIP. I mean, many people, insiders, know who TIP is, but you're always looking to expand your reach and generate more awareness for the mission. So who is TIP? Tell us about the history and where the organization is today. And Eugenia might be on mute.
Absolutely. So there was a little delay. We're all working from home, calling, from different places. And by the way, Juan Carlos, I know you're biased about Madrid, right? Madrid is the best place.
Of course. What can I say? I was born here and live here for many years.
Very lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky indeed. So TIP is an industry organization. We bring mobile operators, we bring innovators, system integrators, and our mission is very simple: drive innovation with open and disaggregated in our industry. And I'm so happy to have Juan Carlos and Yago here today because they're the leading force. It wouldn't be possible without mobile operators deploying those technologies. And Juan Carlos, I'm going to go to you because you had some amazing successes with OPT product solutions from TIP in Telefonica.
Mhm. Yes, really. What we do in TIP is not just technological development; it's just making a reality our view of the network of the future. No, we have ahead of us a lot of opportunities in terms of new services and new business opportunities, and we need to prepare our networks. No? And I think the open and disaggregated solutions are giving us the tool probably we need to succeed. No, in this journey to the future. And what I can say is that well, we can see now the product of all these years of trials and technology development. We can see products already in our production networks. That is at the end what TIP is looking for, not to get really to industrialize solution based on this new paradigm. And well, all in all, I think the progress is very good. In IP and optical disaggregation, but also in new solutions like the one that we are developing in MAST on SDN controller, no, on decoupling the control and data plane in the transport networks. That is probably an essential element for us for the future of the networks. No, so happy to have this ecosystem and this environment in TIP and see so much progress on important topics like this.
Wow, impressive. Well, let's let Yago weigh in on TIP and also the future of its participation in open and disaggregated networking. How would you add your perspective, Yago, here?
I totally subscribe what Juan Carlos just said, and we're making some progress in transport as well. But of course, we are probably best known for our deployment of Open RAN in the UK. It was the first kind of sizable deployment in Europe, and that's going really well. And we've actually touched on some urban areas that we are deploying into, and we have first-hand experience on how Open RAN is behaving there when you have massive IMO and everything. So I'll stop there. If you want to know more, you have to come to FYUZ, right? So
Yes.
we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about what's next. We'll be talking about what sort of performance. But that's what is exciting about FYUZ. Honestly, that now it's becoming like a trend that many operators may decide to keep quiet and save their best kind of news and update on progress for that event, which is similar to what happens in Mobile World Congress, that you get a lot of updates from many people. You're getting the same in the space of disaggregated networks, around the FYUZ week, which is great to see, because you see the concentration of announcement and the expectation and the attention, and that is a really good thing. It happened last year, and I think it'll happen this year again.
Fantastic. And Eugenia, describe the culture at TIP. I mean, it's a very interesting, open community, a little different than any other organization in telecom or 5G that I'm aware of. Tell us more.
Absolutely. And the right word is a community. So operators and vendors that see each other in the world outside of TIP as competitors, they're collaborators within TIP. They jointly working on the blueprints, testing and validation to bring those solutions to market, because we all believe in that one mission. And you see it on stages at FYUZ as well. So you see different vendors and operators coming together, keynotes and breakout session, talk about the innovations and the case studies and sharing their insights. So I'm going to highlight a couple of very important deadlines for FYUZ for our viewers. Number one is early bird. Early bird is expiring. Early bird ticket is expiring on June 9. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's the best price of the year. Number two, mobile operators, service providers, cable operators, they can secure 50% off this low price ticket. And the code is MNO FYUZ, MNOFYUZ, and you will be giving 50% off the early bird. June 9th, that's deadline number one. And I'm glad you're on the agenda slide right now, on the agenda page. If you go on the home page, and if you scroll down, there is a call for speakers available. And it's working, it's open till July 1st. So that's another very important deadline. So if you want to speak at FYUZ, be considered as a thought leader, submit a speaker. And now I'm going to go back to your original question, Evan. I'm not trying to avoid it. FYUZ is very committed to diversity in our industry. So we are committed fully to 30% gender diversity on FYUZ stages. So companies out there, please make sure that you submit diverse speakers to be featured on our stage.
Fantastic. And so I understand the telecom infrastructure project is more than about interoperability and, testing and the usual networking side. I mean, you get involved in the business case and sort of the business model for this advanced connectivity. Anything you could add to that side of the equation, Yago or Juan Carlos, on, doing business, making good business with, good ROI for its members?
Yeah, so I would say two things. The first one good thing about FYUZ is that is a great event about one topic, which is disaggregated networks. Therefore, in a short space of time and over a few days, you have everyone who is someone in that space and everyone who you want to meet. It doesn't matter if you're selling or if you're buying, if you're an operator, if you're a supplier, or if you're looking for opportunities in that space, you will find everybody in the same place at the same time. And the community is growing and is big, but it's nothing to do with other events like Mobile World Congress, on which you have a very busy agenda. You're gonna meet a number of people, but there are hundreds of thousands of people. This is a completely different size. It's much more one on which you can network and discover and find. If you're interested to talk to someone, you probably don't need to close an appointment, because there are enough kind of networking events spread throughout the duration of the event for you to bump onto him anyway, and share some time, and of course have share some time and great food and have a conversation over it. So that's one thing. The other thing is TIP, precisely. Yes, it's about interoperability, but there is a big kind of a space, and there is in general a big question as to, in the mind of every operator and also in the mind of every supplier, how is system integration going to be sorted? What is the model? And what is a sustainable model, and what that grants that there is no duplication? And I think that is in that space, and probably where most of the kind of new things, innovation, announcements, and movement we're gonna see in October taking place, probably. And that's what most of the conversation is going to be about. And I would expect that we start to see some answers to those questions. So I think it's not that I don't want to create expectations, and I actually do want to create expectations that you'll see some not final, but you finally see some answers to those questions. And one thing I have to add, now I have the spotlight on me. Every time you bring up the FYUZ website, reminds me, Eugenia, I need to change my profile photo, please. Because you know what? I mean, it's been like, I think that's from 2015, and I've lost a lot of weight, but I also changed my hairstyle to one that has much less hair. So yeah, I want a new photo.
Okay, well, I think that can be arranged. And Juan Carlos, what about you? I mean, a lot of people go to these events for many different reasons, but a key one is education. I mean, it's tough to stay up to date on leading trends and opportunities and where the industry's going. It's not, you get a lot of marketing hype. I mean, everyone loves marketing, but this is a really roll your sleeves up, hands-on event for insiders in the industry, right?
Exactly. So it requires a lot of learning, and I think telecom operators needs to start taking a higher participation in phases of technology development, like design or component selection or requirement specification. And it is very important to coordinate all this, no? And FYUZ is a good moment to share all these requirements from the telecom operators. Very important for our partners, for the component suppliers, for the system integrators to also to understand the needs of the telecom operators, and in general for all this ecosystem to meet together and collaborate. No, Eugenia was saying before, no, it's a collaboration event. Open and disaggregated solutions are developed based on an ecosystem collaboration, and FYUZ is a perfect place to reinforce that collaboration, to make new contacts, to learn about these technologies, and to set up plans, no, for its development.
Oh, fantastic. And Eugenia, you've been doing this event for a number of years. I love that you're choosing Madrid. This is the first FYUZ. Okay, I thought this was a
second FYUZ. Second FYUZ. It used to be known as TIP Summit, and then last year the team before I joined, I cannot take the credit. Our board, Yago and Juan Carlos, and the rest of the board and the rest of the TIP team, they worked on bringing this new concept to market. And it's not your boring telecom event. It's where humans of telecom come together to innovate, collaborate, and experience what the future of telecom looks like.
I see. Well, that's in this AI-driven age, it's nice to talk about human connection for a change. That's exciting. And to give Madrid some love. Everyone thinks Barcelona is Spain, Mobile World Congress, that's the universe. But of course, it's nice to have a different venue on the horizon. So what's your last call to action here, Eugenia, as we wrap up? I mean, telecom and communications touches almost everyone now. It's no longer a vertical industry. Are you open to new participants, new members, sponsors, attendees? Obviously, what would you like to see from the audience here?
So I would like attendees to come and learn. So take advantage of the early bird price. Come and learn. The agenda is being finalized. Actually, I'm reviewing it with the board next week, next Wednesday. So after next Wednesday, within a week, we will have agenda with input from Juan Carlos, Yago, and the rest of the board. So come and learn. Hear from the innovators. See how open and disaggregated accelerates. In 3 days, you will learn so much that you can accelerate your deployments. You can accelerate your roadmaps. And for vendors or system integrators, yes, come and play in TIP Sandbox. Everyone is welcome. Become a member. Start building your blueprints in our project groups, Open RAN, OPT, Open Wi-Fi, and the rest of them. Because it's all about the community. And for sponsors for FYUZ, there are multiple options available. There is booth sponsorship available, happy hours. You can even select to sponsor a particular meal in your company's colors or honor or whatnot. You can sponsor tracks. There are breakout sessions available to sponsor. Be seen as a thought leader in the space, either on the show floor or on stage, because the only place that open and disaggregated innovation showcase happening is at FYUZ in October in Madrid.
Fantastic. Well, I think mic drop on that statement. Before we get to October, we have to get through the summer. I hope you all are looking forward to your summer plans professionally and personally. Yago, anything coming up? Any trips or events or personal travel worth mentioning?
There was something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm getting married next week.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Mazel tov. Well, that's just a little announcement that's worth mentioning. Wow.
This is your mic drop. This is my
Well, you have a few months of honeymoon before FYUZ, so congratulations again.
That is correct.
Very happy time. Juan Carlos, what about you? Any trips or staying close to home base?
Yeah, as usual, I'm escaping to the islands. So I'm living in Spain, but we have beautiful islands. So I spent the summer usually in one or the other, and this year in both, in Canary Islands and the Balearian Island both.
Oh,
spending
paradise.
time there. I love it.
Well, Eugenia, maybe FYUZ 2024 in the Canary Islands. That would be spectacular for us U.S. Tourists. But thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you listening, and really, sign up for the newsletter at least and join the community. All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.